Hi guys, I want to talk to you about women decentering men, and the only reason I'm saying that is it's directed to women who obviously date men. So there's a movement, there's two movements going on right now, which I think it's high time we went to this page, where women are no longer chasing after relationship, chasing after men. They're focusing on themselves, their career, and if they meet Mr. Wonderful, great, but if they don't, that's perfectly fine because she's happy by herself. And I think it's high time that women did that. I am the opposite. I wasn't chasing a relationship. If it happened, it happened. If I like somebody, cool, we'll see what happens. But I learned, to when I was alone, and I'm still alone, that gives you plenty of time to date yourself. That gives you plenty of time to learn to love yourself, to learn to love your own company, to learn to depend on you and your happiness, because a lot of men, and I don't really care who gets mad about it, a lot of men are narcissistic. Women are too, so I'm not picking on men, but every man I've ever known is either narcissistic or emotionally unavailable. They're always available to get laid, but they don't give a shit about laying you, and it doesn't make them feel any closer to you. They're just using your body to get off with. Okay? So, the wrong person. So there's a high percentage of narcissistic men out there. And the reason why that is because men get catered to, boys get catered to. What girls have to have a curfew growing up, boys don't have to have a goddamn curfew. Well, my son can't get pregnant. No, but your son could get somebody else pregnant. Use some common freaking sense. Okay, they hang with the wrong crowd. They're breaking the law, graffiti on buildings and everything else. I mean, come on. Don't sit here and act like they could do armed robbery. There's all kinds of terrible things they could do if they don't have a goddamn curfew. But people always have excuses why the girls have to have a curfew and the boys don't. Now, for those of you parents who did not cater to your son just because he's got something swinging down there, good. I'm not talking about you. Okay? But as a society, we cater to boys, 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 boys. They don't know how to wash a dish. Like I've said before, they can't wash a dish because they never had to wash dishes. Okay? They never had to push a vacuum cleaner. They never had to learn how to sew a button on a shirt. Okay? A lot of them don't know how to wash their ass properly. We're going to go there. They have terrible hygiene. Women can have terrible hygiene too. And there's no excuse for it. But, I mean, it's so obvious who wasn't raised right. It is so obvious blind people could see it. When you look at the resulting adult, you look at the result, you're like, wow, you weren't taught nothing, were you? You don't know how to take a shower. You don't know how to wash your ass. You don't know how to clean up after you use the restroom. We're going to keep it real today. Okay? If you're so eager to pull your pants down, you should be the cleanest person around. I'm just saying. Okay? I talked to a lady a few months ago who is, she goes to prisons and teaches inmates at a prison how to have proper hygiene, how to clean up after they use the restroom. These are grown-ass men in prison. They weren't taught shit. And you wonder why their brains are scrambled as an adult. They were catered to and they weren't taught nothing. Okay, combination of the two is bad. So many boys are catered to. They don't know how to do anything in the house. They can't fry an egg. You don't have to have a college degree to fry an egg. So, and they're also encouraged by their parents. Hey, hold on a minute, hold on. Hey, Milo, be nice. Milo, hey. Milo! God dang it! That's enough! Milo! He's just aggressive when he's playing. I will knock his head right off. That's enough! Can you please scatter him? He's not gonna hurt him. He just plays aggressively. I know him. I have had him since he was 6 years old. I know how he is. He just plays aggressively. He's not going to listen to me. He's not. I don't think he is. Come here, Milo. Wait, no, no, no. Come here.
If you see it again, try and get it.
Yeah. He's not going to hurt your dog. And if your dog corrects him, that's a good thing.
Well, I know,
Yeah.
but, you know, he just kept chasing after her after
Yeah,
she
I
did
know.
that.
I know. Milo, stop that. Right now. Behave. Behave. Sorry guys, my dog is aggressive about trying to get another dog to play with him. Sorry, had to leave you for a minute. Sorry. Milo, no! Come here! Milo! Get here now! Now! Milo, come here! He wants your dog to chase him. Be nice. Sorry guys, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I don't like to do that to you, but I didn't want drama, if you know what I mean. So, they're not taught hygiene. They're not taught rules and regulations. They're not taught to be self-sufficient. And on top of that, and they're catered to, okay? The girls are the slaves in the house. The girls have to do every freaking thing. I should know. I was the oldest and I was the only girl and I was her goddamn slave. Wow. But anyway. And then they're taught to be whores. Because fathers will teach their sons. Some women will teach their sons. Go out there and do your thing. Your boys will be boys. Make sure you use a condom. I know of one individual who encouraged her 15-year-old to have sex. He had sex for the first time not long ago. And that's disgusting. He's only 15. But he's got meat swinging, so we got to make sure he does what boys do because he's only a boy. He can't help it. Fathers will teach their sons to be whores because they got this homophobic thing. I don't want my son gay. Yes, he's a hoe, but at least he's not gay. That's the mentality that they use, which is asinine. You're just giving your son permission. You're teaching him to use his penis as a weapon because you're using it to manipulate women. Okay? And being a parent is very selfish because how many parents think before they have children, you know what? Am I fit to be a parent? Am I mentally of sound mind to be a parent? I have to heal my own wounds before I could teach somebody else. How many parents think about that? All they think about is what they want. I want kids, I want kids, I want kids. Right. So, hi, sweetheart. I don't know who you are, but hi. Hi, you came to say hi to me? Oh, get down before I smack your face off. Milo, I'm not playing with your ass. You're going to toy with me one time too many, boy. You're going in timeout. Keep it up. Guys, sorry. Freaking hell. Lord, drama. More drama and more drama. So anyway, y'all seen all kinds of activity today. I don't edit stuff out. I just keep it real. So, apologize. Milo, behave. Or else you're going in timeout and I'm not playing. So, and society teaches men to be whores. Guys' friends teach men to be whores. Teach each other to be whores. Why didn't you take her home last night? I know you just met her. You should have took her home. So for men who can't stand on their own and they're weak and they follow what their peers are doing, now you got a whole bunch of men running around poking everything not bolted to the ground because their parents gave them permission. They encouraged it. Society encourages it by saying boys will be boys. The fathers encourage it because they don't want their boys to be gay. I'd rather him be a hoe. Everybody, his peers, everybody is teaching each other to be a whore. And then you wonder why we have STDs on the rise and they're becoming antibiotic resistant. The STDs are becoming STI resistant. I mean, not STI. antibiotic resistant. The STIs are becoming antibiotic resistant. And we wonder why that is. And we wonder why STIs are on the rise. Because everybody's encouraged to be a hoe. That's why. Somebody even had the nerve to try to blame it on the poly snakes. They ain't got nothing to do with that. That's your personal choice to be a whore. That's your personal choice. So women are sick of it. Women are sick. And I read this comment the other day, and the way it was worded, it reminded me of what I would say. She said, I'm tired of going on dates with men and being objectified, and he's dropping all these sexual comments. I'm sick and tired of this shit. And so she said, I haven't dated in I don't know how long. I just refuse to date. There's a movement where women are no longer seeking a relationship. They're going to have their boundaries in place, which should have been in place anyway, and I get that. They're focusing on loving themselves. They're focusing on, hey, I'm not about getting laid right out the gate. I don't really know what you're trying to pull, but I'm not down for that. So you need to take that somewhere else. We don't owe you shit, like I said before. What else? What else? Women are just tired of it. So they're learning how to decenter men. They're also learning how to unite with other women, because when everything hits the fan, these women will form a community where they're going to be there for each other. Men are not going to be there for you. It doesn't matter. A lot of men, if you do not fit in this category, if it don't apply, let it fly. Okay? Women got your back through everything. So when you've been married for 10 years, 20 years, whatever the time frame is, 3 years, and you've got children, and one day your husband says, I'm leaving you for my secretary, because God knows, everybody got the mentality that the grass is always greener on the other goddamn side. I know I have a long history with you, but frankly, I don't give a shit, because that is sparkly and new, so I'm going over there. Okay? Who do you think is going to be there to pick up the pieces? Women. If they're not twisted in their head, okay? Women have to be stronger, and we have to be a sisterhood, because we are all we have. We are all we have is each other. And if you think your man is stepping out and, you know, he wants to go be with her, let him be with her. Don't get upset about it. And when he comes trying to crawl back to you, we ain't having none of that. If you don't have kids with him, block his ass. The minute he decides to hop over there, he needs to not only stay over there, but when that don't work out, you're not crawling back to me. So you could totally forget that shit right now. So women are just, they're finally getting a clue that I'm going to focus on me, and I'm going to get my education, and I'm going to get my career going. Because if and when this fool acts a fool, I'm covered. I got my career, I got my money, I'm good. You know, they not only will ruin your life, the wrong partner will not only ruin your life, they will enjoy ruining your life. So don't think because you both have stars in your eyes and you said vows and promises before God and before family and friends, we're going to love each other till death do you part. Most people don't mean that shit. There needs to be a clause in the vows that says, I love you till death do us part, unless I find somebody else on social media. Or I see a cute butt walk by, you know. People can't commit anymore. So they're no longer dealing with men's bullshit. They're also noticing men on the so-called manosphere, which is a stupid term, probably made up by stupid men. And my best friends are men, so don't fucking tell me I hate men, because I'll punch you in the nose. Anyway, the red pill and the stratosphere and MGTOW, which is MGTOW, which means men going their own way. They all hate women. They're all hating women. And you know what I think? Well, go ahead and hate us. And you know what your best bet would be? To date men. If you're a man and you hate women that much, you need to date men. Stop spewing all this hatred. So women are noticing that too. Sprayed all over media, in the social media. I hate women. Women are bitches. They're gold diggers. What gold? You ain't got shit. You ain't got 2 pennies to rub together. What gold? What gold? You don't have anything. What the fuck are you talking about? You sound stupid. Your mother is a woman. While you're sitting here hating women so hard, your mother is a woman, you dumbass. You hate her too? My God, you're hate. So, and I told you this before, and I'm gonna let you guys go. Because I'm gonna keep an eye on my son, who is straight out of Compton. Sometimes he can be a handful. I'm going through the terrible twos with him. Isn't that great? Temper tantrums, breaking out the teeth when he doesn't want to do something. He's really a mess, okay? We've had war lately. And we're going to continue to have war until he realizes I'm not having that off of you. Anyway, women are seeing all this hate spewed all over the internet. And they're like, you know, I don't have to deal with that either. And if you're on a date, and I told you this before, if you're dating somebody and they're spewing negativity during any time of your relationship, everything about you is wrong. Women this, women that, women. That's not a healthy man. That's a toxic man. And I don't care how long you've been with him. If he's one of those, he has something negative to say everywhere you turn, he's a toxic mofo. And you don't need to deal with that. You need to learn to be like men and pull the plug out of the wall. Don't worry about how long you've been together and you got all these experiences. They don't care about that. You don't need to care about that either. So if he's going to be nasty and hateful and negative and negative and negative and negative and negative, take your negative ass down the road. Go join the manosphere, because there are a bunch of toxic men too that are sick and they refuse to get professional help. Somebody online, I'm going to let you guys go. Somebody online said, Samantha, she used to be involved with Tyrese, the actor Tyrese. And she said a lot of men are injured emotionally because they had real bad breakups and their hearts are broken. That is not the reason. That's not the reason. That's not the reason men are so nasty and hateful. That's not the reason. Are they devastated? Yes. Are they crushed? Yes. But that is a small percentage. A much bigger percentage is men are, because they're catered to, because they're overindulged, they are narcissistic. That is a way bigger problem than the tiny percentage that have had relationships fall apart. And now they've never sought therapy, so now they can't trust women. That's a real tiny percentage. That's not the reason they act like that. It's because they're narcissistic. Most of them are narcissistic. There's only a tiny percentage that aren't. And they're usually taken. Does their wife appreciate them, or does their girlfriend appreciate them? I don't know, because I don't know them. But start to focus on yourself. Because I'm going to tell you something else. I've seen, and this is just on the small scale of what men are capable of who are toxic as hell. So the one girl realized that her man is toxic. So she decided to break up with him. That's when he lost his mind. He's so used to having his ass kissed that he can't take no. He never had to deal with no before. Okay? So he destroyed her house from top to bottom. He destroyed it. He destroyed it. He destroyed it. He tore up her clothes. It looked like her house exploded. That's how disastrous of a mess he made in her house. And he took the contents of the cat litter box and chucked it everywhere. He took knives and stabbed them in all the pictures that she had on the wall. You want to deal with this potentially? Why? Why? I'm not saying don't date. And if you are dating, you can still decenter men, even though you treat your man well until he doesn't treat you well. But you take care of you first. And if being with him doesn't benefit you in any way, shape, or form, and he's toxic, get his ass out of there. Okay? A lot of them hate us. You know why? Because they're narcissistic and they hate themselves. They can't handle the hate of hating themselves. That's just unbearable for them to think about. So they take the hate that's inside themselves and they exert it outwards towards other people, women in particular. You want to deal with them? You got to change your mindset, and you got to watch what's going on in the world and watch how hateful they are, and you have to make up your mind that you ain't signing up for that shit. Okay? Much love. Y'all take care.